closet I can barely even get to because there's stuff in front of the door. And I'm going to get rid of about 80% of what's in that closet. And I'm going to be so cutthroat because if I can't really even access the closet to get to those things, clearly I'm not missing them that much, you know. So I plan to do that tomorrow. The weather has been really, really nice, and I can tell that helps my mood so much. Just to be able to sit in the sun and suck up some vitamin D just really, really helps. That's why I truly cannot wait to move so that we have longer summers. We moved to the Carolinas. Don't get me wrong, the Four Seasons here are beautiful, but where I'll be in South Carolina, they still have Four Seasons as well, but they don't get snow where I'll be. So I can always come back home if I want to have a little bit of snow for a couple days. But yeah, I just have so many things on my mind, and I've been kind of hard on myself as of recent in a couple different ways. One of them being just because I'm going to the gym now, and I'm really putting emphasis on trying to get, toned, and I have this picture in my head of what I want to accomplish, right? And when you're working to get to something and you're not seeing the results right away, it's kind of discouraging. But I know that my body builds muscle very easily, and muscle adds pounds. So even though I'm not seeing a change on the scale, I'm seeing a change in my clothes. But yeah, I've been a little bit hard on myself about that. And, look, I got a couple new clothing items for spring and summer. And when I put them on, I'm like, looking at certain parts of my body, and I'm like, oh, I wish that was not there. And, oh, I look not the best in the shirt because of this area of my body. And in my head, I'm like, I know nobody's perfect, and I get that, but it's still, part of my head is fighting the other part, right? But I want you to know that if you're feeling these feelings, that you're not alone, and that we will get through them. I know we will, and I have before. And like I said, it kind of comes in waves for me. I'll have really good spurts, and then I'll just feel like a wave of depression, and then all the other things come along with that. I think it's easy for us to console others, easier for us to console others than it is for us to console ourselves. And I feel like we are definitely our own biggest critics. We see flaws in ourselves that others don't see. And I just want to remind you to be gentle with yourself. What you did today was enough, and what you're going to do tomorrow is enough. And the things that you're feeling, even as being a parent, you put a lot of pressure on yourself as a parent. I can't speak for all parents, but I can speak for me. And some nights I'll go to sleep and think, was I a good help you, but